The Options form allows you to select various options for each gradebook. From the Gradebook dashboard, click on Manage Gradebook, and then select the Options tab. The Options tab can also be accessed from within the gradebook under the Manage menu. The following page will display, with the selected gradebook name on the top of this form. When a new gradebook is added, the default settings appear like this. Apply assignment score immediately and include the overall mark with score are checked or selected. The assignments are filtered by due date, and the calculate and display assignment range defaults to the gradebook term date range. Let's review each gradebook option. At the top of the list is weight scores of assignments by category. By default, the gradebook uses total points earned out of total points possible to determine the student's overall grade, regardless of the category of the assignment. To adjust the value of a category as it applies to the overall gradebook score, select this option. If you select this option, you must go to the Categories tab within Manage Gradebook, the tab to the right, and define the category values toward the overall grade. A warning message will appear on the Categories page until the categories total 100% of the final score. Any category with a value of 0 when using weighted scoring will not be counted into the overall score. Click Save to save your category values. The next option, Apply Assignment Scores Immediately, defaults to Selected and automatically calculates an assignment score as the score is entered into the overall score. Note that this option does not consider a blank score as a missing assignment, but only as an assignment that has not yet been scored until the assignment is marked as grading completed. The Filter Assignments By option also affects the following two options. You have the assignment to filter by assignment due date or by assignment number. Let's go over the option to filter by assignment due date first. If the option to filter assignment due date is selected, then the assignment due date will be used to determine which assignments are included in the calculation of the student's cumulative grade. The assignment due date is compared to the student's active gradebook date range when the student was added or dropped from the gradebook, as defined for each student in the Manage Students tab under Manage Gradebook. Any assignment that is due outside of the student's active gradebook date range cannot be scored, and the student is automatically exempt from the assignment. With the Filter by Assignment Due Date option selected, the only way to give a grade for an assignment outside the student's active date range is to adjust the student's active date range for the gradebook to include the desired assignment. Let's filter by assignment number instead of by assignment due date. Before I change this selection, notice the next two options, Calculate and Display Assignments for a given date range. When we switch the filter option here from assignment due date to assignment number, those two options now display an assignment range instead of a date range. If the option to filter by assignment number is selected, then the student's enrollment dates in a gradebook do not factor into the assignments the student is responsible for. When a student is added or dropped from a gradebook, then the assignments the student is responsible for must be maintained by the teacher. Notice the student is active in the gradebook from December 12th through January 30th, but the assignments preceding December 12th are listed as missing assignments and will affect the student's overall grade. If you do not wish to score these assignments or count these assignments against the student, give the student a score of NA for any assignments the student is not responsible for. The next option, calculate the total grade based on assignments that fall between this date range. By default, this range includes all assignments due within the date range of the gradebook, as defined when the gradebook was created, or the assignment range for the entire gradebook 1 through 999. Adjusting this range will only calculate assignment values with due dates that fall between these two dates or assignment numbers within this range, and exclude all other assignments in this gradebook from the overall score calculation. This option might be used if a gradebook spans multiple grading terms, such as a year-long gradebook, but only a subset of the assignments should be used to calculate the current total grade, maybe for a specific trimester, semester, or quarter. I have adjusted my gradebook to only calculate assignments 20 through 40, but I can still see all the assignments in my gradebook. Please note, adjusting the calculation range will not hide the assignments outside of the gradebook calculation range to anyone viewing the gradebook details, and may appear as grading completed if the option was selected for the assignment. To display assignments that fall between a certain date range, adjust the date range of assignments to display. By default, this range includes all assignments due within the date range of the gradebook, as defined when the gradebook was created, or an assignment range for the entire gradebook from 1 through 999. Adjusting the displayed assignments will hide assignments outside of the range from anyone viewing the gradebook details, including the teacher. As with the assignment calculation range, this option might be used if a gradebook spans multiple grading terms. Please note, if limiting the display date range on a year-long gradebook, then you will not be able to see assignments from previous grading terms in this gradebook, such as assignment scores and details. To review assignments due in a previous grading term, this display range will need to be adjusted. Include the overall mark with the overall score. This displays the letter grade along with the student's overall percentage. This option is also available on the Final Marks tab, and will show the letter grade the overall score relates to on the Final Marks tab. Apply weighting to formative and summative assignments. This option allows the teacher to weight formative and summative assignments separately in calculating the overall grade for the class or for a standard. The system will first use total points and weighted categories, if selected, to determine a percentage, and then apply the formative and summative assignment weight to update the overall score. To adjust this ratio of assignment type, click on the arrow at the end of the line or drag the slider to the desired percentages. The next option is to use a rubric grading scale to compute the total grade. Selecting this option will accommodate rubric scoring for the gradebook and default this option to all new assignments in the gradebook and any gradebook linked to this gradebook. The rubric option should only be used on new gradebooks and not existing gradebooks with scores already submitted. The overall score calculations for rubric grading changes from a system where every assignment score and max score is added up and divided to get a percentage, to a system where only the rubric values are added up and then divided by the number of items totaled. Even with the rubric option for the gradebook selected, assignments can be added and the rubric option be deselected for that assignment. These non-rubric assignments will not calculate into the student's total average, but will appear in the gradebook. Scale minimum and maximum assignment values in the total grade allows teachers to implement what is commonly known as a 50 to 100% scale. This will limit the assignment score percentage that could normally calculate above or below this range and bring the assignment percentage to the minimum or maximum threshold when the system calculates the value of the assignment. This allows teachers to leave an assignment blank or missing or give a low grade, but still have the assignment count as a minimum of 50% of the assignment value. This can be a tool used to lessen the impact of the double zero problem with missing or poorly completed assignments. If using the minimum maximum assignment values option, all scores will display as they were entered in the scores field, but the total percent column will calculate on the minimum or maximum value if the score goes below or above the set values. In this example, The first two students have scores below the minimum value of 50%, since the assignment is worth 10 points. The total percent calculates based on the minimum value instead of the actual score. Notice both of the first two students have 50% instead of 0 or 20. The fourth student received an 11 out of 10, as a score above the maximum value of 100%. Her total percent calculates based on the maximum value of 100%, instead of the actual score 110. This concludes our exploration of the Gradebook Options tab. For more information on other aspects of the gradebook, please review our documentation or view the specific videos for each topic.